So hi everyone, thank you very much for joining. Good to see you all again tonight. So this evening's meditation is all about releasing sadness. So as you know from joining other meditations, it's very normal to feel a range of emotions during the meditations. You might feel angry, happy, sad, you might cry, that's very normal. And you might feel twitches in your body in different places, that's very normal, or sometimes some pain. Sometimes during the meditation you could feel like some pain in your joints, and then after the meditation, they'll be released and you'll feel much better. So don't worry about that if you feel anything like this. Okay, so what is sadness? Sadness is obviously an emotion. Depending on where you look, people say there's like 7 main emotions or 4 main emotions, but say the main 4 like anger, happiness, fear, and sadness. It's very useful to acknowledge when we feel sad. All emotions are feedbacks from our body about how we feel about certain events. If for example your friend does something and you don't agree with it and you feel sad, that's feedback. It's like, okay, I don't like that, I don't want that to happen again. So it's important to acknowledge that sort of feeling, and when you feel like that, acknowledge it rather than thinking, oh, I don't like that feeling, I'll just ignore it. I was reading in my book that I had posted about earlier today. It's called Feelings Buried Never Die. Obviously that's not exactly the lightest topic of a book, but it's actually a very interesting book. She quoted from some psychological magazine saying that it's estimated that 90% of all physical problems have psychological roots. And they said that that might sound like a gross exaggeration, but actually it's probably a conservative estimate. There's lots of evidence to indicate that virtually every illness that happens in our bodies, from acne to arthritis, from headaches to heart attacks, heart disease, cold sores to cancers, these are all influenced, for better or for worse, by our emotions. I know myself from burying emotions, it does not work. I tried it for a very long time. I had a host of issues. I had migraines, headaches, depression, chronic pain, and as I got to know myself better and acknowledge all of the feelings that I had basically buried and bottled up, then I got a lot better. I know even until today I have a habit of, like, for example, during this COVID period, there was one day on lockdown, I remember I was sitting on the sofa, I think I was eating lunch or something, and I remember all of a sudden I felt really, really sad, and I felt like this whoosh of sadness and I wanted to cry, and then I was like, no, not today. And literally I remember thinking, not today, and like pushed it away, this ball of sadness comes and I'm like, no, that's not comfortable, so I pushed it away. And then about half an hour later I remember thinking, I'm in such bad form, like I'm so angry at everything. And I remember, I don't know what I've got 2 cats, and they were fighting with each other or something, and I got really annoyed with them, and I was like, wish those cats just leave me alone. And they weren't really doing anything bad at all. But then I realised that after a while that actually the anger that I was feeling was actually, it wasn't really anger, it was this sadness that I had completely ignored, and then it had come back as a different emotion for me to address, because the anger was like it was like a big whoosh of anger, and I was like, oh my god, what's that about? So it is important to let yourself feel sad or whatever else you feel when it comes up. And it's very normal to feel sad. Feeling sad is not depression. Depression is different. Everyone feels sad from time to time. I know a lot of times you'll see people posting on like Facebook and Instagram being like, oh, you have to be positive all the time and think positive thoughts and you'll have a positive life and this, that and the other. In some respects that's all very well, but it's ignoring that actually feeling a range of emotions is normal, and it's actually very healthy to allow yourself to feel those emotions all the time. So, you know, whilst I'm not saying like wallow in the depths of despair 24/7, like that's not a good idea. And obviously, if you're feeling like that, you know, there's probably something you need to address. But you know, don't think, oh God, I shouldn't feel sad. You know, you're feeling sad for a reason, so acknowledge it and work out why, and then, you know, deal with it, process why that's happening. You know, perhaps, I remember I did counselling lots of times, but I remember at one stage she was saying to me, you know, you have to mourn the loss of, you know, your childhood, you know, you have to mourn how you felt as a child, blah, blah, blah. And actually it helped, because it helped release the sadness I'd felt around that sort of period. And they also say what's interesting is that you're only a thought away from having a happy childhood. So perhaps that's something to consider about whether, you know, as you change your perspective on your past, how things can change. Obviously when someone dies, it's very normal to feel sad, and also it's very important to grieve. And if you don't allow yourself to grieve, you may end up feeling like a residual sadness. I've noticed from theta healing sessions, I did a session on a lady, and she said that she never really felt happy, and she felt she wasn't allowed to speak up, and it was to do with her brother dying, something like, I don't know, 10 years earlier or something, and everything was focused on him and the death of him, and she never allowed herself to feel sad about those emotions, but it was coming up as a different problem years later. So, you know, if you feel there's grieving, you need to allow yourself to do it. You know, whilst it might not be comfortable, it's a very worthwhile process. You also might feel sometimes that you feel sad if you don't respect your own boundaries, and, you know, say for example, you always say yes to friends or family, and then you feel sad that, you know, you've done that. You know, that's feedback. You know, it's feedback that that's not how you want to be treated. So, you know, acknowledge that as well. Sadness is held in quite a variety of chakras. So your main place where sadness is held is in your heart chakra. So a lot of times you'd see sadness as sort of like in the chest, you know, not just in the heart, because it's sort of the energy around the chest. So, you know, I see it in theta healing sessions where people have like their chests are full of sadness, like their lungs are full of sadness, and it needs released. And then they might have tightness in the lungs, and if your root chakra is blocked, then that's at your base of your spine. That might prevent you being able to release like grief, sadness, guilt. And then if your sacral chakra, which is, you know, a few inches below your belly button, if that's imbalanced, you might feel sad, lonely, or some mild depression. And your solar plexus, if it's unbalanced, then you could also feel sadness as well, because that's your emotional center of all of your chakras. If you want to have chakra or crystals to help release sadness, I think red jasper, you probably can't see these because they're very small. Red jasper would be good for sadness because they'll help with your root chakra. And then green aventurine would be nice for your heart. And then, I don't know if you can see that, but like rose quartz would be really good for releasing sadness and healing your heart. And then amethyst, it doesn't necessarily come up as a stone for sadness, but it's really good for emotional balance. So I think that would be very nice too. And also amethyst is really like peaceful and calming. So I think that's always nice to have in your life too, help you feel more grounded. And if you want essential oils, obviously there's loads of essential oils that are good for sadness. It's nice to make a little mixture. I make a mixture of like the vetiver, clary sage, lavender and wild orange, and that's like a really happy mix of essential oils. Or, you know, there's most of the essential oil companies make a mixture, like Young Living make an oil called Joy. You could rub that around your heart chakra, and that would help you feel happier and release some sadness as well. And it's also, that Joy one's a beautiful smell, like it's a really nice perfume. And also it's much healthier than, you know, using the designers perfumes, because they've actually got lots of things in them that are apparently not good for you. Okay, so I think that's our lesson over. And yes, it is. All right, so you can lie down and you can put your blanket over your body so you don't feel cold during the meditation. And it's very normal to feel cold when your body enters into the parasympathetic nervous system. And close your eyes. Take a deep breath in. And exhale. And before we start the meditation, I'd like you to imagine yourself completely healed from whatever trauma you feel needs to be released today. In order to release all the sadness and grief that you feel. Visualize yourself as a happy and joyful person, released from this grip, as it is not serving you any longer. Feel that you have completely healed yourself even before you start the meditation, as the beautiful image you have in your mind will manifest for you. It will accelerate your reality. Listen to the sounds of my voice, or just listen to the sounds of the bowls. You can choose to enjoy the journey that I take you on, or you can choose to follow your own journey to access your subconscious mind. And let the healing happen. I am simply here to help you access your
your deep subconscious mind and facilitate the healing as much as I can. Relax your body as you inhale and exhale. Feel your body relax more and more and more. You may notice external sounds. Any external sounds simply help you to relax even more. Focus on the sounds of my voice and allow the sounds of these beautiful instruments to guide you deeper and deeper into your deep subconscious mind. The more you try to resist relaxing, the more and more relaxed you feel. Feeling more and more relaxed now and ready to heal the deepest part of your subconscious mind that is holding on to an experience that is limiting you. Inhale deeply and exhale, feeling more and more grounded. You may feel as light as a feather, or you may feel very heavy. I'd like you to now imagine that there is a door ahead of you. As you're curious, you walk towards the door noticing the colour of the door, and you open it. You see that the door leads to a set of stairs. You decide to go up the stairs, placing your foot on the first step, then your next foot on the second, going up the steps to the third step, then to the fourth, then to the fifth, going higher and higher, then onto the seventh step, onto the eighth, to the ninth, higher and higher, then onto the 10th, then the 11th, then the 12th step, then the 13th step, then the 14th step, and then you reach the 15th step. You're at the top of the stairs on the landing, and you notice that there are 3 doors ahead of you. You decide to walk along the landing and you decide to open one of the doors. As you open the door, you see that the room is so beautiful and you decide to step in. In this room, you feel completely safe and relaxed. It's a beautiful place where you would go in order to retreat from everything. Think of what this room represents. Is it somewhere you have been before? Is there a sofa? Perhaps there's a lovely big bed for you to lie down on. Or perhaps there's some big bean bags you can lie down on. You feel completely safe and relaxed in this space. It is calm, it is peaceful, picture all the details of the space. If there somewhere else that you would feel calmer or safer, it is okay. You can go there instead. It is simply up to you. Now you have your safe place fixed in your mind. This place is your safe place, and you can retreat here anytime during the meditation or after the meditation. Notice how safe, how calm, and how content you feel in this safe space. Notice how much you enjoy this feeling of feeling comfortable, feeling safe, and feeling totally supported. Notice how easy it is to breathe in and breathe out. Notice how your tummy feels. Feel every muscle in your face and in your body and on your scalp relax. Relaxing every muscle from the top of your head to the tips of your toes. Feeling more and more relaxed. In your safe place, I'd like you to imagine the feeling of sadness. Think back to a time when you felt sad, a time that your body needs you to release today, and a time that it is ready for you to release. How does this feeling of sadness feel in your body? Do you feel the sadness in your body? Allow yourself to experience the physical sensations of sadness. Now I want you to release yourself and anyone you associated with this feeling of sadness. Forgive yourself and anyone else associated with this memory. And now see yourself in this picture as completely healed, inhaling in happiness and exhaling out sadness. Inhaling in happiness and exhaling sadness. Now imagine yourself surrounded by a bright white light surrounding you like a big bubble. In this big bubble, your body completely heals and all the sadness is gently released. In your bubble of safety, see yourself floating above the timeline of your life. And see yourself floating past all the times you felt sad or lonely or depressed or disconnected, anxious or fearful, and see all these events as healed in your mind. And see all of these emotions being released from your body in a gentle and easy way. knowing that you are completely safe in this bubble. You are completely supported as well. And releasing these emotions allows you to move forward, feeling happy, calm, peaceful, content, and joyful. Knowing that you can return to your floaty bubble of happiness or your safe place at any time. Now say to yourself, I am happy. I am calm. I am associated with my feelings. I acknowledge how I feel. I am at peace with myself. I am aware of how I feel. I allow myself to rest. I am able to process my emotions, and I am kind to myself. As you float along in your happy bubble, you see how some distance between you and situations helps you see things in a new light. A refreshing new light, full of options and possibilities, and full of resources, ready for you to move forward. You now see that you can move forward and you're ready to step into your future feeling lighter, feeling relaxed, and that you're able to return to this beautiful relaxed state anytime you want to. simply enjoy that beautiful state of feeling completely relaxed and calm, knowing that this state is your natural way of being, and you are able to return to this anytime you want to relax. Perhaps you can return here when it is time for you to sleep at night, knowing that after you visit this place, you will wake up feeling fully refreshed and calm and happy. This calm, happy and safe place is always available to you. Feeling yourself surrounded by the bright white light, healing you completely. Inhaling deep, and as you exhale, release any traces of pain, of sadness, of anxiety, of fear, of sorrow, and notice all of these releasing gently from your body. connecting to the bright light and rinsing off anything that no longer serves you. Reconnecting to your body, and notice your breathing in and out. Feeling fully grounded and aligned with every cell in your body. Feeling renewed and re-energized. You will feel fully refreshed as you come back into the room. As I count back from 1 to 5, you will be ready to open your eyes. At 1, reconnecting to your breath. At 2, feeling your body, wriggling your fingers and wriggling your toes. At 3, feeling re-energized. At 4, feeling aware of your surroundings and the surface you're sat or you're lying on. Noticing the sounds of my voice and the sounds of the chimes. At 5, opening your eyes and feeling fully connected and grounded and fully awake. And then taking a big stretch, just like you've woken up from a great sleep. Stretching all the way from the tips of your fingers to the tips of your toes. And then you can just roll on to whatever side is your favourite. And then push yourself up to seated with your legs crossed. And then bring your hands to your heart centre and rub your hands together and place them on your eyes. Then bring your hands to your heart centre, rub your hands together and place them on your face. Bring your hands together again and rub them and place them on your shoulders and then down your arms and down the rest of your body. And just thank yourself for taking the time today to do this meditation. Okay, I hope you enjoyed the meditation. If you're able to walk around outside, feel free to ground your feet on the grass or touch a tree or something. Drink a lot of water. You might feel tired, so that's quite normal. Just, take it easy. If you've got any, if you're still feeling emotional or pains from the meditation, after the meditation's done, just close your eyes and then breathe in to where the pain is and just ask your body to release it. And if it doesn't release, feel free to message me and we can chat offline, because
the meditation might have been quite deep today, because actually when I was playing the bowls I felt quite sad at one stage, and normally I wouldn't necessarily feel that emotional while I'm, you know, doing a group meditation like this. So maybe there's a lot of emotions released for some of you. If you like the meditation, please like my page and share it with your friends and family. That would be really nice. I've actually created a Deepak Chopra 21 Days of Abundance meditation group, and we start on Thursday. So if you'd like to join the group, please go to my page and then look at the groups, and you'll see that you can join a group. Basically it's like 21 days of meditations and then little written exercises to help you basically release any abundance blocks that you might have. I'm doing it at the minute myself, and actually I'm finding it really helpful. I was invited many times before and I always thought I'm not wasting my time with that. However, I am not sat on my 67-foot oyster yacht drinking champagne with my husband, so perhaps there's some abundance work I can afford to do. So I think it's a good idea to do it at this time. And also it's a really nice way to get into meditation if you're not used to meditating. I know there's some people who've signed up who've not meditated before, so the meditations are really short, you know, they're like, I think 12 or 15 minutes, 15 minutes I think, and they're guided by Deepak Chopra. Obviously he's very well known, they're really accessible, and they're nice meditations, you know, they're very like understanding and compassionate meditations, you know. They remind you a lot, like if your mind wanders, just bring it back to the meditation, it's all okay. And the little exercises, most of them, you know, the whole thing, doing the meditation and the exercise will take 20 to 30 minutes a day. And, you know, you can fit it into your day whenever you want to, because you'll get them the night before, you'll have the whole day, and then into the next day at 12 o'clock, you've still got time to finish it off if you've not managed to complete the task. So I think it's quite worthwhile. I've been enjoying it myself. And yeah, so it starts on 14th of May. So if you want to join, just sign up, or if you need instructions, just message me and I'll explain how to join, or I'll invite you. But I have to close the group on the 14th of May. And I think there's like 230 people in the group already, so should be fun. Hopefully not too much admin for me. It doesn't cost anything. I don't gain anything from it financially or anything. It's just a nice thing to do and it's fun, and I've enjoyed somebody else's group, so share the love. And I have an exciting development. I am going to teach Theta Healing, the basic class. I'm going to teach it the weekend of 5th of June over 4 days, for the Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. And I'm going to do it from 10 until 2:30 each of those days, UAE time. So then that means other time zones can join in if they wanted to, like it would work for Australia. Because I know some people would be maybe joining from Australia. It will work for the UK, but it's maybe a bit early for you to start at 7 AM. But, you know, early bird catches the worm, as they say. But I'm also happy to create another group for people in the UK and teach it another time. I can teach it over 3 days as well, but it's an amazing. Basically, Theta Healing's never been available online to be taught, but obviously because of COVID, they've now released it. I've got to do an extra training to teach it online, but it means it's more accessible for people because you don't have to travel. It's going to be cheaper because you don't have to pay for the accommodation, for like the conference to be hosted in a hotel or anything like that. So it's a great opportunity to learn Theta Healing, and you know, even if you don't intend to do sessions on anybody else, it's really nice for you to do sessions on yourself. And it's also really nice to like learn more about it. I started and I went to the class. I have to say I was going to the class from a place of I want to prove this is rubbish. But obviously I got very into it, having done something like 86 days of classes in it. Some of those are instructor level and the rest would be practitioner level. But I find it really helpful, and it's helped me shift a lot in my life, and I really enjoy doing sessions to help people as well. So if you're interested in that, give me a shout. I would love to talk to you about it. Okay, I hope you really enjoyed today's session, and you know, if anything's come up for you, feel free to message me separately online, because obviously I'm here to answer any questions you've got. And if there's anything that you feel that you need more help releasing, I'm here to do private sessions as well. Yes, that's what I'm busy doing at the minute, online theta healing sessions. So yeah, and I hope you all stay safe and stay well and look after yourselves, because it's a funny time at the minute and it can be quite emotional. I think I've noticed I've been feeling a range of emotions because of you know, being more isolated than normal, you know, having a lot less contact with fellow human beings than I would normally have. But it's also been a time where I've, you know, had time to do my own development stuff and, you know, work on developing my business and stuff. So, you know, there's lots of positives that are coming out of it as well for me, and I hope for you too as well. All right, thank you so much, and I will see you soon. Oh, sorry, the next meditation is on Friday at 4 p.m. UAE time, which is 1 p.m. UK time, and I think I'm going to do the meditation on releasing hurt to do with relationships. I think that might be quite nice. And obviously, if you've got any suggestions for a meditation that you'd like me to write, let me know, because I always write the meditations from scratch, and it's nice to have other ideas. Obviously, I've come up with the ideas myself, but I'm very happy to receive other suggestions as well. Okay, thanks very much and have a lovely evening and take it easy.